Hello, my lovely people. Welcome to my channel. I'm Josephine Buto Alexandro. This is my channel. For those who are seeing me for the first time, guys, welcome to my channel. Please, you need to subscribe to my channel so that anytime whenever I'm uploading a video, you got a notification so that you not miss anything. When I'm saying miss anything, I mean you don't need to miss anything that I'll upload on my channel, so that maybe there'll be something which you'll be interested in, which I will be always sharing on my channel. Then you would like to also listen to it or watch to it. In life we learn from each other. In life there are things that we might just come across to people that we don't know, but it might also work to us. So that's why I'm saying it's really good to subscribe, so that whenever I'm uploading a video, you got a notification that no, this person uploaded a video, and if you are willing to watch, you watch that video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about naming the child, the challenge of naming the child. Guys, these things, it's something which have been disturbing my mind. Guys, I remember with my firstborn, I had that chance of naming my child. I think because like the father of my child was not that active in my life, was not that much. He was not in my life. We had a lot of we had a lot of misunderstanding, and I had that chance of standing and doing most of the time. It's not really that he was not named. Okay, like we believe that there's a time whereby a child is going to be named, and it didn't happen like at his place. It happened at my place. They came and they named the child. It used to happen at the time when they are cutting the first hair of the child. In my culture, the baby used to be carried the hair by their father's family or by the father. It just depends whoever there, but it will have to be a father's relative. And coming to my second baby, my dad, my husband didn't wanted to cut the hair because he was scared. Like, Kama, he's scared to cut the baby. It's me, we've been cutting Junior's hair since when he was a baby. But on that day, I remember it was mom. It's mom who cut it. If it's not mom, it's my grandmother, I think. It was mom, because between my mom and my auntie, their firstborn, there is someone who cutted Junior's hair. I cannot really remember very well, but I know my husband was scared until when I think until now, Junior was just cutted by the father once. Kama, he's scared, he like moving, and every time whenever he's cutted, he just used to cry. So it's not really easy for him to cut. Yeah. So without coming out of the topic, I was talking about naming the child. Guys, the things of naming of the child, in my culture, we believe that a child have to be named by the father and the mother. Even though to us we believe that a child is belong to the father, but naming, it's good to give also the mother's chance to name the child. No one just give birth to a child and not wish to name their child. And again, there are people I don't know even how will I even describe them, but to be honest, there are people who are so rude, who will never even give you a chance to name your child. If you are a mother there, you have just to wait your child to be named any name that they wish to name your child. It doesn't matter that you like it or not, that child will be called that name. And for you, just be regarded as a mother without a right to a child. And to me, I realized that at some point it's not really good. To be honest, it's better for you to give a chance. A father just a father. There's no way you'll be replaced. But it's good to give also your woman a chance to do something. It's very joyful to name your child. Even if, and again, we believe that even if the child was given a name by the father, it's depending if maybe the father is also staying with the child. But at some point, you find the child will be called a different name, which is not the one which was named by the father. And it will not even make any sense where you are not giving freedom to your person also to contribute to your child if she was there since day one. If she was there, if she's the one even who carried your child. I really understand sometimes we have to amend some things, we have to make some amendment so that we keep peace, so that we also give freedom, so that we also, share everything together. I don't just believe of focusing on one person when it's come to naming, because at some point, there are the things of naming. You name the person and that person will remain with that name forever. You never know how the other person is also feeling. But I understand that there is fathers, they always do a lot. Let me say, there is a lot of respect coming to a child, like when, like, coming the things of a father things, like we believe that fathers, let me say, if you feel pregnant, obvious, once you feel pregnant, there's always the things of you telling the family of your husband, like a family of your baby, if you are not yet married. There's always that way in our culture we used to send, not sending a person, but just a messenger. Like a person who is going, no, who is going there is not the person who is pregnant, but is someone who is going to take a message, like, okay, there's this there's these things which has happened. So your son or your nephew or your whatever is pregnated our daughter, so this is what happening. So once you give birth, there are those people who always take something. And before I even go to give birth, you find sometime they even, if you if you find a good family, through that time when you're expecting, they can even dress you up. They can even, obvious, once you are pregnant, you cannot wear the same clothes that you used to wear. Obviously, you need big dresses. So in many cases, when there are also those people who used to send even clothes for their girlfriend or for their wife, because there is your child there. You take care of the person throughout, so that whenever she's going to give birth, then people, they will not even complain. Imagine, maybe you are not yet married and this guy is not even supportive, so you have been there taking care of your daughter again while she's expecting. Then once you give birth, hoping that, okay, when the time when my daughter will give birth, we are going to name this, then you just come like, no, there's no way you're going to name our child. Is as, yes, whether you contributed or not contributed once the person, while the person is pregnant, still you are a father, still you are going to be respected. But it's better to give also freedom, also to give a chance also to the mother side also to name. We believe that it's good for the mother side and like the mother and the father to give names, so that it will keep peace. That's the main reason, I think. Because if you look at it nicely, it's not really a good thing. I remember I was really offended to my son, like, when Junior was born. So, okay, I was offended, but it didn't change anything. But I wanted also to name him. I wanted also to give a name, but the father said no. My husband said no, cause Kama, the child will be, he's going to name, he named himself, ne? Junior had just to be Moses. So whatever the difference, if you even look at the what the birth certificate for my husband and for Junior, the different there, only the age, years, and everything just the same. So he don't wanted him, he don't wanted any name apart from his name, because he's naming his child after himself. okay, first it was not really easy to understand, but later on I understood it. And I remember my uncle, my best uncle, the time when I was expecting, there are time whereby, my husband is not around and he's around in town, and every time whenever I'm not feeling well, he used to come and assist. He used to take me to the hospital. I remember there was even a time where maybe that time I was 8 months, 7 to 8 there, and I had a complication during that pregnancy. So you find that specific day, I think it happened twice, but I remember there was a day I called him. My husband, I don't remember if my husband was around or not around. Then my uncle came, he took me to the hospital. So I was inside, because that time it was time of COVID, and him were just outside. He knew that I will not give birth that time, but I will need also transport to go home. So who drove me? If he leave me? I had this feeling of naming him, and to make the matter worse, after, okay, I just gave birth on October, November, December, then he passed on. Guys, I was really touched, and to make the matter worse, they just, that look, in my son, which looked like my uncle. He is, okay, my uncle looked like my mother so much. They look like each other. They are, okay, you can really, if you just saw my uncle, or okay, if you know my mother, then my uncle will just come. Obviously, you just know that, no, this guy, he is a brother to the other meme or anything. They are just like twins. They look alike. Then now, I used to feel bad whenever it just come in my mind. Like every time, whenever I'm just thinking of my uncle, or every time, there are times that I'm just staring at Junior, so I see my uncle so much. Now I used to feel bad, man. Like I wish I could name him. I wish he had been there, ne? And he is just an uncle who had been there since, even not even when I was expecting. Like he was just a good uncle to us, all of my cousins, my sisters. He had been just a good uncle to us. Whenever, if our mothers are not around, we have been just taking care of us. If you're with uncle, you'll not even like anything. He will be there, like. And I remember there was a time, that time I was expecting, and I was going home. It was me and my other cousins, my 3 cousins. In the journey, like in our way going home, it was just full of singing, and he had been there preaching, telling us about life. So I felt like, here I was supposed to do something, but I could not have a choice, because my husband, who is a father to my child, told me that no, his son will just be having one name, which is his name, and I just take it that way. But I believe that these things of saying, naming of the child might just be one name from the husband and one name from the wife. It's also good, because at some point you don't know what the next person is also thinking. So guys, please comment below. I want to know, is only in my culture whereby, it's only with us black people where, I'm sorry guys, I'm not racist, but I just want to know, is only with us who are too much in naming, who are too much in these things of naming, have just to be with the father, or also in other country or in other cultures also like that? Please, I just want to know. It's something which I want to know, so that I'm the auntie, and I have cousins. Okay, my biological brother, I don't have a brother, but I have cousins. My aunties, they have sons, so which makes their kids will be my kids. I'll be their auntie, and I'll be the father's relative. So I want to know that tomorrow, even if one of my cousin happened to have a child, and I'll be called, where I want, so that I'll give also freedom to the lady's family also to name, not just me as a auntie, not just me as a father. This is something which I want to know. Please guys, please comment below. I want to know this. I don't want to be selfish one day. I want to know, or I want to do the right thing. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my video. I know it was really short, but yeah, it's kind of, I just want to make it short because I want people to comment. I want also to hear. There was a time that I called mom about it. Then she told me, like, no, when it's come to naming, it have to be both sides. A man and a woman, like a mother and a father, they have to give their names. But we believe that fathers, they have more rights. That's why even once you died, in our cultures, we believe that a coffin have to come to their father side. The fathers are the one who have to. We believe it is it's ondikwa. It's a carrier. You know, something we used to carry your baby, like when you are apparing your baby. It's to us, even a coffin, we believe that it's a carrier where you are putting your child, where you are going to put your child for like the last career of your child. It's a coffin, so it have to come from the father. We love our father, but we want to know. I want to know. I personally, I want to know exactly, like, who really need the right to name the child, or does the mother also have the right to name the child, or only the father who have the right? Thank you very much, guys. I love you so much. May the Lord bless you. Thank you, guys. Please subscribe. I just want you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.